guys, so this is part 2 of equivalent ratios. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go back and watch part 1 because this is going to make a lot more sense if you do them in order. So for part 2, we're just doing a couple of different equivalent ratio questions. Make sure you get it. And again, if you don't understand it after this, make sure you are either messaging me, email, or through Google Classroom to ask your questions, because I'd really rather you get this and then move forward than be confused and just stay where you are. Okay, so the two types of questions that we're going to be answering when it comes to equivalent ratios is creating your own equivalent ratios. So this is, you're going to start with a ratio. It can be any two numbers, usually with the colon in between, which is representative of a ratio, and you read it as 2. So 3 to 5 is the ratio we're working with to start. And we're just making different equivalent ratios where you're multiplying each term of the ratio by the same number. And these can be any number you're multiplying it by, as long as they're both the same. So for example, I'm going to multiply each of these by 2, which I'm going to get then to 6 to 10. And now I've created an equivalent ratio, which means that this is using the same comparison using a different ratio. Okay, I could multiply it by 100, okay, which means I'm going 300 to 500. Okay, I could multiply by 10. I can multiply them by 5. Okay. All of these are equivalent ratios to 3 to 5. Okay, you can multiply or divide by any number as long as the division goes in evenly. Okay, so there aren't any two numbers there isn't any number that you'd be able to divide 3 to 5 to equally. But if I had 10 to 12, I could divide the 10 by 2 and the 12 by 2, creating an equivalent ratio of 5 to 6, for example. This is divided by 2, divided by 2. So division or multiplication, not addition or subtraction. Okay? Okay, so that's the first type of ratio question. The second type of ratio question is when we are going to be given one of the terms and we have to create an equivalent ratio based on that. So here, where it has 10 to 3, I'm giving you the term of 9 and I want to know what goes over here. Well, first you have to figure out what did I do to the 3 to make it a 9, just like equivalent fractions. Okay, we've done these types of questions before, so just think of them as sideways fractions and you're going to be just fine. Okay, so for the 3 to the 9, we multiplied this by 3, which means I have to do the same to the 10 to get my next term. Okay, so really you're just doing the same to one term that you're doing to the other term. Here's another example. I have 24 to 12. And I'm giving you the term of 6, so you need to figure out what goes in this blank. So to make 12 into 6, I divided by 2. So I'm going to do the same thing to the 24. I'm going to divide by 2, same. And that means that my new ratio is 12 to 6. Okay, so those are the two types of equivalent ratio questions that you're going to be getting. I am going to give you the assignment in Google Classroom. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I'm here to help. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.